Demand for Salesforce developers is high and growing. As Salesforce becomes increasingly essential to businesses of all sizes, the technologies that power it are constantly evolving. This means that the skills and experience required for Salesforce development are also constantly changing. To be successful in a Salesforce developer job interview, it is important to have a strong understanding of the platform. This includes knowledge of the Salesforce development lifecycle, the different Salesforce technologies, and the best practices for Salesforce development. In this video, I'm going to take you through some Salesforce developer interview questions which I hope will help you better understand what you may be asked of in a Salesforce developer job interview and what kind of responses will get you a thumbs up. Without further ado, let's get into it. Hi there, welcome to the interview, Andrew. Thank you for coming in. Can I get you a glass of water or anything? No, I'm good, thank you. Okay then, let's get started. Sounds good. So the first question, what is the Salesforce order of execution? Yeah, so the Salesforce order of execution is a set of rules that describe what events happen when a record is saved in Salesforce. So for example, if you have validation rules, flows, Apex triggers, etc., there's a consistent sequence in which these events get triggered. Perfect, thank you. This is important to understand when designing solutions, as well as when you are troubleshooting issues. Next question, can you describe what Apex is and why it is required in some scenarios? So Salesforce has a huge variety of declarative tools at its disposal for admins, but the primary reason that developers are brought into the picture is to code. So Apex takes the spotlight as Salesforce's main backend programming language, empowering developers to craft intricate automations within the Salesforce platform. So instances where Apex prevails over declarative tools involve things like crafting sophisticated business process logic that exceeds the capabilities of declarative automation like Flow, seamlessly integrating Salesforce with external systems, and designing tailor-made email services to meet specific needs. This response effectively explains that while Salesforce provides powerful declarative tools for admins, developers are crucial for coding tasks. Apex, as Salesforce's primary backend programming language, empowers developers to create intricate automation. The summary emphasizes that Apex becomes essential in scenarios where complex business logic, seamless external system integration, and customized email services are required, showcasing its unique role alongside declarative tools in Salesforce development. Next question, what are the different events for an Apex trigger? So in Salesforce, triggers are categorized into two main types. You've got before and you've got after. Before triggers execute their logic before a record is saved to the database, and they're great for tasks like performing calculations and validations specific to the same record being saved. After triggers, on the other hand, run their logic after the record has been saved. So they're typically used when you need to work with records other than the one that triggered the process. So now these triggers can be further tailored based on the type of operation they respond to. There are four main trigger operations. So we have insert, update, delete, and undelete. So this fine-grained control allows you to customize triggers to activate only when explicitly needed, enhancing the efficiency and precision of your Salesforce automation. What is the difference between Visualforce and Lightning development? So in Salesforce development, both Visualforce and Lightning serve as frameworks for crafting custom user interfaces, but they come from different eras and have distinct characteristics. So Visualforce took center stage during the Salesforce Classic era, relying on tag-based markup language similar to HTML. Developers utilized Visualforce tags to create custom interfaces. However, it had its limitations, especially in terms of responsiveness and modularity. Then comes Lightning. So this framework represents Salesforce's modern approach to user interface development. So Lightning is component-based, leveraging contemporary web technologies like HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. The move to Lightning signified a shift towards a more modular, maintainable, and dynamic user experience, departure from the relatively monolithic structure of Visualforce. So when it comes to the difference between Visualforce and Lightning, it's not just about the syntax, it's a paradigm shift. So Lightning empowers developers to create highly interactive, mobile-friendly applications with a focus on reusability and responsiveness. While Visualforce may still be in play, especially in some classic setups, Lightning has become the preferred choice for crafting cutting-edge user interfaces in the ever-evolving Salesforce ecosystem. And what is the difference between Aura components and Lightning Web Components? This is a question that could be asked as a follow-up to the previous one. Lightning Web Components were originally released alongside Lightning Experience back in 2014. So they comprise two files, a markup file and a controller file. The markup file defines the HTML and CSS for the component, while the controller file defines the JavaScript logic for the component. On the other hand, Aura components were released in early 2019 and use an updated web standards-based framework. So Lightning Web Components are made up of a single file that contains both the HTML, CSS and JavaScript for the component. Being built on top of the Web Component standard, they're more portable and interoperable with other frameworks. So Aura components are also typically faster and easier to develop than Lightning Web Components. This answer is actually incorrect. It was Aura components that were originally released alongside Lightning Experience back in 2014 and comprises of an HTML and CSS markup file and a JavaScript controller file. Lightning Web Components were released in early 2019 and are more portable and interoperable with other web frameworks, also typically being faster and easier to develop than Aura components. What are governor limits and how do you handle them in Salesforce? Governor limits in Salesforce are essential for maintaining system performance and resource control. To handle them effectively, I implement best practices in my development work. So for instance, when dealing with large data sets, I bulkify the code, processing records in batches rather than individually, making sure I'm optimizing resource usage. So furthermore, I minimize the use of SOQL queries to reduce the risk of hitting limits associated with query usage. So instead of running multiple queries in a loop, I'll retrieve the necessary data in a single query, conserving system resources. In addition, I proactively monitor resource consumption by utilizing Salesforce's limits class, enabling real-time checks on limits during runtime. This allows me to make adjustments as needed to prevent exceeding limits. By following these best practices and remaining mindful of governor limits, I'm ensuring the smooth and efficient operation of custom applications without compromising system performance, providing a seamless user experience. This response to the question about Salesforce governor limits stands out for its comprehensive understanding and practical strategies. The candidate not only defines governor limits, but emphasizes their critical role in preserving system performance and resource control. The mention of bulkifying the code for large datasets showcases a proactive optimization approach, while the strategy to minimize SOQL queries aligns with best practices to prevent hitting query limits. What makes this answer particularly strong is the candidate's commitment to real-time monitoring using Salesforce's limits class. This demonstrates a proactive stance in identifying and addressing potential limit breaches during runtime. By employing these strategies, the candidate ensures a seamless user experience and efficient operation of custom applications in Salesforce, while steering clear of governor limit related challenges. Overall, the response combines a solid theoretical foundation with practical, best practice orientated approaches, showcasing the candidate's expertise in handling governor limits effectively. How do you handle security and data privacy in Salesforce? In Salesforce, I employ a diverse set of tools and strategies to bolster data security. This involves tailoring custom profiles for distinct user roles and enabling or restricting access to specific objects and fields. For instance, in healthcare, I might create a specialized profile like physician and billing to regulate access to patient records and billing information respectively. To enhance flexibility, I utilize permission sets, granting temporary access to specific fields such as doctor's notes without altering a user's entire profile. Effective data management also hinges on role hierarchies, which I establish to govern data visibility. For example, in a sales team, I configure hierarchies to ensure that sales representatives can only access their own leads while their managers can view all leads across the team. Field level security serves as an additional safeguard, allowing me to control access to sensitive data like a patient's social security number. Moreover, I implement record level security through criteria-based sharing rules, which restricts access to patient records solely for the members of their care team, reinforcing patient privacy. On the data privacy front, I'm well versed in regulatory compliance such as GDPR. I leverage Salesforce's tools to facilitate adherence, including configuring data retention policies to automatically remove unnecessary data and ensuring compliance with GDPR's right to be forgotten requirement. Additionally, I'm proficient in employing data encryption, which proves essential in scenarios like the financial sector, where safeguarding sensitive financial data is paramount. This encryption ensures that even in the event of unauthorized access, the data remains confidential and secure. Providing a detailed answer to this question is essential for showcasing a comprehensive understanding of Salesforce's security model and data privacy features. A detailed response demonstrates the candidate's commitment to mitigating risks, adherence to industry compliance standards, and adaptability to changing legal landscapes. It also signals a proactive approach to security, emphasizing incident response strategies and ongoing monitoring for potential breaches. Moreover, a detailed answer highlights the candidate's ability to communicate complex security concepts effectively, a crucial skill in ensuring that stakeholders understand and adhere to security measures. By detailing how security practices are customized to meet the specific needs of the business, the candidate demonstrates practical knowledge and a tailored approach rather than relying on generic solutions. In essence, a thorough response assures employers of the candidate's capability to handle the intricacies of security and data privacy in Salesforce, fostering confidence in their ability to safeguard sensitive information. Do you have any experience with Salesforce integrations? Absolutely, I've got hands-on experience when it comes to Salesforce integrations. I've successfully integrated Salesforce with a range of third-party systems, including marketing automation tools and accounting software. In these integrations, I've utilized both REST and SOAP APIs to establish smooth data exchange processes. One notable aspect of my experience is the development of custom connectors. These connectors play a crucial role in ensuring seamless communication between Salesforce and external platforms. By tailoring these connectors to the specific needs of the integrations, I've been able to enhance efficiency, data accuracy, and overall system performance. Moreover, I'm well versed in addressing the challenges that can arise during integrations, such as handling authentication protocols, managing data transformations, and implementing error handling mechanisms. This comprehensive approach ensures that the integrations not only meet technical requirements, but also align with the broader business objectives. To sum up, my experience with Salesforce integrations extends beyond mere data exchange. It involves the strategic use of APIs, the creation of custom connectors, and the thorough understanding of the nuances involved in ensuring a harmonious relationship between Salesforce and various external systems. Can you describe a complex Salesforce project you've worked on and the challenges you faced with it? In one project, we needed to automate a highly customizable approval process for a client in the healthcare sector. The challenge was to accommodate yet their unique business rule while maintaining system performance. We used a combination of custom Apex triggers and complex workflows to meet their requirements without hitting governor limits. And finally, what are custom metadata types and why should we use them? Custom metadata types are a powerful tool in Salesforce development. They are essentially developer-designed metadata structures that enable the creation of highly customizable applications within a Salesforce instance. The process involves two main steps. First, you design the metadata type itself, which is conceptually similar to designing a custom object. Then you create records of that metadata type to define specific behaviors. These records are read at runtime, allowing applications to adapt dynamically. The beauty of custom metadata types is their versatility. They can be used to define a wide range of configurations, from something as practical as mapping fields between two objects, to more secure applications such as storing API integration secrets. Essentially, they provide a dynamic way to store and access data that can be critical for tailoring Salesforce applications to specific business needs. Thank you for taking the time to interview us today. I will be in touch with the next steps going forward. And there we have it. We've covered several Salesforce developer interview questions that might pop up in a technical interview. Keep in mind that each interviewer is unique and they'll have their own set of questions and interview style. So it's essential to approach every interview with an open mind and a readiness to showcase your technical skills. Wishing you the best of luck, and I hope you dazzle the interviewer with your knowledge and expertise. Knock their socks off. You've got this.